Oh god. You want to see the world's biggest bus. And the next morning you wake up early and go to the bus stop, where you catch one of those big yellow buses that take people all over the city. The driver looks at you as if you're crazy when you ask him where the nearest town is, and you say to him, "I want to see the biggest bus." And he says, "Yes! I can show you the biggest bus." And he starts driving off while you wait patiently. After an hour or so, however, you get tired of waiting and decide to go back home. You cry in bed because you couldn't see the bus. Finally, you fall asleep and you dream about the bus. It was giant, like a giant purple ship with a huge red nose on top. You saw it go around the sky, and when it stopped, you got out. You wake up and hear a loud noise outside, and you run downstairs and see that the whole street has been blocked by a giant wall of ice. You try to break through, but nothing happens. You notice that there is a hole in the ground, and you can jump into it. A giant bus comes out of the hole! It looks like a small boat, but much bigger. You look inside and you see a lot of green men sitting on top of it. They look at you and wave at you, and you say, "Give me the bus." They do. You climb on top of the bus and ride it for several minutes before you realize that you're in a strange new land called the Land of Ice and Snow. There are no roads, and everything here is made out of ice. You also notice that the bus does not move anymore. You start up the bus and start to hit up some sick drifts on the ice. After a couple of hours, you finally reach the edge of the snow-covered mountains. You climb up a mountain and find yourself in a valley full of drift boats. You hop into one and begin to travel along the coast. You learn that this place is called the Land of Drift Boats. You meet a... You meet... You meet a small Lebanese boy called Takumi. He asks how old you are, and you tell him you're 7 years old. He tells you he's 17 and that he wants to be friends. You say yes, and he gives you a big hug and kisses on the cheek. You say, "Pedophile." This is a good time to remind you that an AI wrote this. He gets angry and punches you in the face. You cry and beg him not to punch you again. He apologizes and takes you into his house. Bus hits house and kills Takumi. You get on a new bus using Takumi's bus pass. As soon as you step aboard, you hear a loud sound. You turn around to see a large truck smashing into the front of the bus. You look behind you and see a man dressed in black standing nearby. You fly out the window and land safely on the road. You quickly run to the side of the road and hide under a car. A police officer comes running out of his patrol car and calls out to you. You watch as the police officer points his gun at the driver's head and threatens to shoot him. But the driver turns around and shoots the cop in the head. You say to the driver that he's bad and run away. You run down the road and hide under a tree. A soldier comes walking along and says, "Where are you hiding?" You reply, "In a tree." He goes off to search for you and finds you hiding under a bush. Bus hits soldier. The bus skids forward and crashes into another car, killing everyone inside. You crawl out of the wreckage and run to the other side of the road behind a bush. Another bus hits the bus that crashed before! You run down the road behind another bush. A bus comes flying past and hits the first car, then crashes into another car, killing everyone inside that car. And you crawl out of the wreckage again and hide behind a bush. You kick the bus's balls. You kick the second bus. You kick the third bus. Theirs. You kick every bus. This is the bus, the fourth time you kick the fifth bus. This the bus, fourth time you kick yourself. The bus is by we the bus. You bus, a bus, the bus, the bus, the bus, the bus. Laugh at the word weed for 3 minutes and 47 seconds. This is the bus, 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 the end. The bus, 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 end, the end. The AI might have had a stroke at the end.